Hi everyone, how you doing? This is Mr. West here, hoping to help you with this Khan Academy exercise in this tutorial for multiplying monomials by polynomials challenge. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here we need to expand. Your answer should be a polynomial in standard form. That means from the biggest power down to the smallest power. So I'm going to get to the edit mode. All we need to do here is we need to distribute. Now we need to be careful when you distribute. The first thing you should do is multiply the coefficients, that's the numbers in front. So we're going to do negative 2 times 6, and that gives us negative 12. And now after that, so we just multiplied the numbers, we're going to do the variables next. So we're only going to combine the variables that match. So we have a w and a w squared. Keep in mind that that w has a first power. It has an exponent of 1. So once we multiply like bases, what we're going to do is we add the exponents, so we should get w cubed. And then we're looking for anywhere we see a z. There's no z for this first term inside the parentheses, so we're just going to leave the c by himself. Okay, next one. First, we're going to multiply negative 2 times negative 4. That gives us a positive 8. So we have a positive 8 there. Now we're going to worry about the w. So we have a w1 times a w to the first power. That gives us w squared. Oh, here we have z's. Z to the first times z to the first gives us z squared. We're done with the middle term. Now we have our last term, negative 2wz times positive 3. That's going to give us a negative 6. Notice how there's no w's, so we're just going to leave inside the parentheses, so we're just going to leave the w. And then z squared times z will give us z cubed. So what we're going to do here is we are just going to copy this down. Oh, this is going to be a doozy. I would recommend fast forwarding this part, but go ahead and watch if you're really interested in seeing how to operate the buttons. It's very fascinating, at least. W, and then we go Z, and then minus, I think. Plus. Plus 8. W squared, Z squared. That one's easy. W squared. And you press, you hold it down. I forgot to do the squared, sorry. W squared. You press this down to get to the Z, in case you're wondering. And then this is minus, I think, 6. 6w z cubed. Okay, this should give us the right answer. Hopefully I typed this in correctly. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Now on to the next one. Find the values for a and b that would make the equality true. The right side is the key. Notice how the right side's all good and there's only one variable, which is y. This left side we have a and we have b, which we're trying to find the value of. So b is here, a of course is up here. What we need to do is, this is just asking us to distribute essentially. So let's distribute this first and then it'll be a little bit easier for us to see what's going on. So we're going to distribute the 4 to the ay squared. We get 4y cubed times a. Okay. Now we're going to do the second one. So we get minus 28y squared. So these two match. If you guys notice that, those match. There's no a or b. And then we have plus 4yb. Okay. Now what's the difference here? We have this one different. This one needs to match this one right here. So how is 4y cubed a equal to 24y cubed? Well, we have a y cubed on both sides, so we're not worried about that. We have a 4a equals 24. So we're just going to isolate the a by dividing both sides by 4, and we get a equals 6. So we have our first answer, 6. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at 4yb and this one, because these are the last two that don't match, and the y's have the same exponent. They have a first power. Now, we want 4yb equal to negative 8y. Well, we can cross off the y's since we're not worried about that. We're only worried about the b. So we have negative 8. We're going to divide both sides by 4. We get b equals negative 2. So b equals negative 2 and a equals 6. A equals 6. B equals negative 2. Ready to rock and roll. I think we'll do one more. Again, we're just going to distribute here. Hopefully I can do this quickly and you guys are picking up on the pattern. We're going to have, and I'm just going to type it here to save some time. We have negative 8 because negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. There's no other r, so we're going to keep the r. And when you're writing variables, you should write it in alphabetical order. That's a pro tip. And then we have t cubed times t. That gives us t to the 4th power. Don't forget to put the back down button. Now we have a negative times a negative. That's going to give us a positive for the middle term. Positive 20, because negative 4 times negative 5 is 20. T cubed times t squared is going to give us t to the 5th power. You add the exponents with like bases. Now we have a negative times a positive. That's going to give us a negative. And then negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And then we're going to put r, because that's next alphabetically, and there's no other r to multiply. And then just the t, and then that is cubed. And that should give us the correct answer. You guys are on your own for the last problem, but I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time on West Explains Best. Take care.